I think at some point you have to be held accountable for your actions and your words. Like, there's no way that you can go without being, dealing with the consequences of your words and your actions. You might be able to get away with it for months, for days, for years, but it will catch up to you. That's all about, reaping what you sow. If you keep on sowing a lot of bad seeds, you're going to get a lot of bad plants or, dead plants or, whatever, flowers that is not blooming or weeds, but it's not going to be anything good. And, I think once we really start to understand that, we won't be surprised when we reap. I think one of the things that a lot of us don't do is hold ourselves accountable. Like, if I know that I said something wrong, or if I know that I did something wrong, I can't be surprised if I get in trouble for it. I can't be surprised if, later on down the line it happens to me, or it happens to somebody that I love. And I truly believe that, a lot of times with situations like that, and I always tell people, like, even when you do wrong to other people, a lot of times it doesn't happen to you. It'll happen to your kids. It'll happen to your grandchildren. It'll happen to somebody that you love, because that's just how it works. It's not going to affect you. It's going to affect somebody that you love, so that you can actually see how you were to somebody else. And a lot of times that's what ends up happening. You'll do something, or you'll be a certain way, and then years later you'll end up realizing that your kid is getting bullied, or your kid is dealing with something, and that's when it comes back to you. Oh my gosh, I was the same way. So I mean, in order for us to end that, let's just be good to everyone. Let's just be right to everyone. Let's treat everybody right. One of the most important commandments is to love your neighbor as yourself. Like, that is one of the most important commandments. And I really utilize that. I apply that to every aspect of my life. I think it's very important. And so, I just want to encourage people, like, to just be right. Just do right by people. Be right to people. Like, treat people how you would want to be treated. Do unto them how you would want to be done unto. Because, you will have to answer for it. You will. So, I mean, that is my word. That is what I wanted to say, is to encourage us to just do right by others. That's it. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing. If each one of us focus on doing right by others, everyone will then do right. I can't worry about how this person is treating that person. As long as I know that I'm treating you right, I'm good, because I'm good in God's book, and He's the only one that we should be trying to please. And He said to treat your neighbor as yourself, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I encourage you to do the same. Especially at this very moment, in this atmosphere, in this time. Is no other time that's greater than loving your neighbor as yourself. Take care.